on the top, as you can see, because they
see.
they're touching a little bit.
Oops.
I know.
I have to turn it the other direction. Uh-oh. There. Okay.
I know you actually should be using things to push it in with. And I know it's called getting your fingers burnt.
Well, and part of it is going to put those mitts on, but I still have, see all the oil that I have on my hands?
Yeah, you might.
I didn't de-oil it because I thought I'd use it to moisturize.
There you go. Look at it.
There we go. Yes!
It fits.
Yes! Okay, timer. It says on here to begin checking after 45 minutes. So what time is it? Okay.
Okay, it's about, well, yeah, we know what time it is, so.
So after 45 minutes, you're supposed to start checking it every 10 minutes until 160 degrees. Now,
Yeah.
since we don't have a meat thermometer, I'm just going to set it for 1¼ hours.
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
Then we'll check it.
What I generally do is I look at it, and I look under the armpits. If the under the arms look
Under the
like they're
armpits?
start, if it starts to look a little bit crisp there, then the meat might be done. So we'll see in a little while.
Oh, this is not spring chicken. Well, we're getting ready for the holiday. And of course, we've got a turkey that's, well, in the oven. And I thought I'd make some stuffing to go with it. Now, you can always go with the easy ones. All of these recipes, you could actually do stovetop stuffing or stick it in the turkey. And they're all pretty easy. In fact, a lot of them are ready in about 5 minutes. Can you believe how easy that is? And they're all just a little bit different. Now, what's the difference? I guess you'd have to try them all to find out. This is what I just happen to have in my cupboard.
That's right.
Well, you never know. This one I happen to like because this one had cranberries in it. This one's easy because all you do is add water and butter. And this one, of course, you add celery and onions and butter or margarine. So I guess part of it depends on how much time you have, although they're all pretty quick, and which ones you want. Which one's on special at the time when you go looking
Yeah,
for your
that's
turkey.
simple.
Which is usually what happens. Or you can make stuffing.
Okay, a real quick recipe to make stuffing on your own is you save all of the ends of the bread that none of your kids want to eat. Then you get a bowl, you sit there and tear up the pieces of bread in the bowl. You melt like a stick of butter. You then put the butter on top of all the bread, and you put seasoning and your onions and all that stuff on it, mix it all together, then stick it into the inside of the turkey. It takes you probably the same 5 minutes as this.
It is, but I think a lot of it depends on if you have the ingredients at home, if you have the extra bread. A lot of times people go...
Okay, the problem is today is not as many people eat bread.
Well, that's part of it. The other part is they make it so easy that
Yeah.
it probably takes about the same amount of time. But, one of the things is starting with a base like this is they're already taste tested.
Well, it's just like...
They've already got the herbs, and you can start from there.
You see,
and
the
add
stuffing
additional
mix center one is basically like croutons.
Looks like croutons.
What you're putting the other stuff into also. But see, that's...
But they already have seasoning, so you start with the base.
Yeah, so basically stuffing is a no-lose. Okay, when I was growing up, nobody in my family wanted to make stuffing. They all wanted to eat stuffing, but no one wanted to make it, so guess who ended up making it all the time?
Well, you know what's missing from these is my grandma always used to make stuffing, and there was always carrots in there. I don't see any carrots in here.
No, my mother would take and shave the, shave the carrots off into the stuff. She would always make certain. She said, that she called me. I was called slow-mo back in those days because I was very slow. Did you think my family's Jewish? God said, yeah. But she'd say, Shlomo, did you remember to put the carrots in the stuffing? And I'd say, of course I did. And then when she'd leave, I'd go put the carrots in the stuffing. Yeah.
Actually, one of the things that's missing from here, which I always love, and I need to go over there, is Trader Joe's has this orange cranberry sauce, which is
that's it. Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
But what you do is
Bristol Farms probably has something like that, but I haven't found anything like that anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's
but
unbelievable.
Yeah, we should probably after this gets.
Yeah.
After this gets.
I think I'll go get some.
Actually, let's see, 5 more minutes and we actually turn the turkey. But until then, we'll get some more stuff after the turkey's done and while it's cooling down.
But that's one thing you might want to pick up. They always run out of it. Is unbelievably
Oh,
good.
and now is a good time too to pick up cranberry sauce because actually they jack the prices up.
Are they?
They jack it up over the holidays. Because nobody wants cranberry.
Do promos?
Nobody wants cranberry sauce
Oh.
right now.
Well, actually, you know what? Part of it is that orange cranberry sauce. It's kind of, if you don't get the cranberry gel, you could probably make it something similar to it yourself. You just put some orange juice.
Food processor and whole cranberries. And then you put in your,
Ooh, you're
we would,
making me hungry.
orange, another family recipe, whole cranberries, diced up oranges in it, skin and all.
Ooh, actually, you know what? We're going to have to show them how to do some of that. We don't have all the ingredients here today.
No, but this is what we're cooking with what you have available. This is cooking with Notaspringchick. Is not going out to the grocery store and buying
now I
things.
want to go out to the store.
I know, but no. Okay,
Yeah,
what happens
this all sounds so
is
good.
when we go shopping, we see things that are on sale, and then we pick them up, and then they end up getting incorporated.
Well, actually, that is true because there's a lot of times you go out shopping specifically to buy certain things because you're going to make it for a whole recipe.
Right.
A lot of times, like you said, we just pick things up on sale when they're a good price. And
Yeah, I mean,
we make with whatever's in the cupboard.
Yeah, and honestly too, we will buy. Sometimes we'll go to the store and we'll see buys on frozen food, and then we go crazy because
You store it in the freezer for a while.
because
I love, you know what I love are those steamed vegetables.
I love the individual packets of corn and Brussels sprouts.
Oh, actually, saute onion and celery in butter about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things is, since we only have one packet, that's all we're going to make.
Yeah.
And actually, if you're going to stuff a turkey, I've got a 15 to 19 pound turkey. You need a package and a half. And that's okay because the turkey we're doing, which
You can extend it.
well, that's true. But the other part is the turkey that we have, you're actually not supposed to stuff it.
No, but if you want to make the total right stuffing, we've got the bread that we were using when we were out on location yesterday that sort of got.
Oh, we could.
You could sit there and crumble up a couple of things of that, then it extends it a bit more.
Oh, we could.
And when this turkey is done, you take this stuffing stuck inside the turkey for about 5 minutes or so.
And it'll at least get some of the juices.
Yeah.
So, well, should I follow the quick stove top? Should I follow the stuffing directions? Because when you do the stuffing, they presume that it's going to be in the oven for a while.
Yeah, I would. This recipe basically won't get done for about another
See, because
half hour.
There's a quick stove top, there's a microwave, and there's a stuffing and casserole. Now, the stuffing and casserole, like the casserole, they expect it to be in there for 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
It probably
the quick stove top.
the quick stove top.
Yeah.
Or you could do what's the microwave on it?
2 to 3 minutes.
Then probably I would do the.
But see, part of it is you don't do the celery and the onions, I don't think.
Still, celery and onions. Since you got it.
Celery and
No,
onions,
but since you have to. There's the trick is, when you look at a recipe, what pans do you have to screw up? If you have to mess the same pan up that you're going to cook the stuff in, you might as well use the stovetop.
I'm going to do the stove top.
Yeah.
Okay, because we are going. See, part of it is this is being. Of course, this is being modified because we're kind of doing a cross between all of them. Because in the stove top, it's just heat the liquid in at the butter, but it doesn't talk about doing the celery and onions, which we do want to add. So we're going to add those first.
That's right.
Isn't that fun? We're always changing it, of course. Oh, you know what? We could use that same pan.
Yeah, just actually it'd be a good one. We'll take the juices and everything out for the chair dog, and then the pan is all ready for you to go.
Yeah, we're using the same. We're going to use the same pan.
Because this one you don't want to clean it out because it's already got part of what you want to cook with. So you're in real good shape right off the bat. It's got a little bit of that turkey flavor.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And that works perfectly.
And
Oh, she's going to like this. Look at that.
I know, that little
Yum, yum, yum.
chair dog. She tells us she's not spoiled. She'll let anybody rub her backside.
Okay, I need about 3/4 cup of each of this. Onions. We're just going to use a couple things. Well, there's nothing exact about this.